All right, man. We live. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Definitely wanted to get this live in because I'm definitely not going to lie tomorrow. I could have waited till Monday to do it, but wanted to get it out the way. I'm definitely not speaking on the Tank fight Monday. Um, can care less about what Tank do in that sorry ass fight. I'm not speaking on none of the fights there, so don't ask me. Unless something significant happen, I'm not speaking on it. But congratulations, Jermell Charlo, cornball. He got the win. Uh, And what made me so mad? I'm glad I found this out after I did the video, so I can actually give y'all a lot extra. Is that I seen the scorecards, and the scorecards was atrocious. There's no way Jermell Charlo was winning the majority of those rounds. There's no way that fight was 3 rounds up on Jermell Charlo, and the fix was in. So when we talk about boxing, you hear me? We talk about boxing, and I'll give a proper intro in a minute. We talk about boxing now. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers act like Al Haymon and Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn and Kathy Duva and Todd DeBuff and I mean you can go on and on. Samson Boxing, Samuel Lewinsky, TGB Promotions, Lou DeBella. Everybody is the same, bro. It doesn't matter. Everybody in boxing is capitalists. All right, they want to make money off the boxers, and in the meantime, they just paying the boxers a little bit more. The sport of all sports are about capitalism. That's it. You know what I'm saying? There's no more organic. There's no more organic in sports. You got teams stealing team signals. The Astros, the Cardinals, they swept it under in baseball. They swept it under the rug in football. You got guys that do you believe if the biggest star in NFL or football was cheating and doing steroids that they would expose them? So when we talk about in boxing, motherfuckers act like Al Haymon is different from Bob Arum and Bob Arum is different from Eddie Hearn. They the same thing. It's capitalism. It was capitalism. It's the same thing. They the same person. When you dig up under the person, they want the same thing. It's about money. And for them to have Jermell Charlo up 96-93, that was atrocious. From however you look at it. And you could tell that the commentators, they took a lashing they took a lashing for how they commentated the last fight. And they knew they was wrong. Now if you know you right, now you know if you know you right, you ain't apologizing for nothing. But they went back and watched that fight like everybody else did. And they was like, oh, that fight was a lot closer. Like I said in the beginning, I scored the fight a draw the first one. But what's going on, Goodfellas Sports TV? Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support. You're going to talk a little bit about the fight. And then I know what Errol Spence got planned, talk about his interview a little bit and tell you what he's doing next. Other than that, you want to make a donation to the channel before you hit that super chat button. Check the description, Cash App, PayPal there too. I prefer that way. Tax free, but hey, if you super chat is more convenient, your boy ain't complaining. Asante, salute. You know what I'm saying? Big JDM, salute. Flashy Bands, Pound for Pound Boxing, Alan Williams, salute. Dream Chaser, salute. Dreezy, salute. Alan Williams, salute. J Lake Sports TV, salute. Samuel Crouton, salute. Reggie Singleton, salute. Kid Bud, salute. Cousin Day Day, salute. Mr. White, appreciate the donation earlier. Salute. Much love, bro. Brian Kenny, man, Brian Kenny getting his money any way he get it. He was on ESPN for a minute. Now he on the Zone and on Fox. It is what it is. Get your money, man. But the commentary, they was a lot better this time because they took a lot of backlash the first time. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't watching no other fight, but I watched the Barderas fight. I can tell you some funny shit about Barderas. I'm gonna just show it on my social media page tomorrow about Barderas and how his family was blasting Teofimo Lopez. The shit was funny at the time, but you know he got a younger brother too. It happens. You know, you see Teofimo Lopez moving up and he smashing down mountains. And you feel like you was a more accomplished. You were a more accomplished fighter than Teofimo Lopez. I think Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. I think it was more T.O. because people understand Shakur Stevenson it was great coming out the amateurs. But I think Teofimo Lopez made Carlos Barderas rush and Richard Schaefer rush him. That's my opinion on it. And he fought somebody that won for no games. Really got knocked out twice. First time I seen that in boxing. First time I seen that. But FN Jabboy, not that good. Harrison was winning that fight easy, dog. Easy. Long as he kept Charlo on the back foot, he was winning that fight easy. That wasn't no blowout. Maybe easy ain't the word. That wasn't no blowout. He was outpointing him easy as hell. He was outpointing him. That Charlo is the one dimensional now. You know what I'm saying? And once he figured out Charlo, he made the same mistake twice. Let me say that. He made the same mistake twice. He hooked with a hooker twice. You know, he believed in his hook. His hook, Charlo had a better left hook. And not from a power standpoint, Tony Harrison probably threw a harder left hook if he got the if you blind him up and you had a bag for them to hit a left hook on, Harrison probably left hook hit harder than his. But it don't matter about harder. You talking about efficient. You talking about short. You talking about technique and fundamentals. Charlo threw a better left hook tonight. I mean, in general. Tuesday, Monday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday. He got a better left hook. And you think about the times that hookers hook with a hooker. I mean, one time that stand out to me was Lamont Peterson hooking with Lucas Matisse and getting put to sleep. You can't hook with a hooker because if you hook with a hooker, guess what? You better have your right hand up, right? And when you punch it with somebody, guess what? You open most of the time, or you stationary. You know what I'm saying? Unless you sliding with the hook, or you stepping over with the hook, they both were sitting down trying to get knockouts. And Harrison and I told y'all, whoever took more chances and put combinations together was either gonna give that guy a chance to win or gonna give himself a better chance to win. And ultimately, Charlo in the second round opened up with a 3 or 4. I mean, Harrison in the second round opened up with a 3 or 4 punch combination. Charlo said he took a couple shots. They was arm shots. Even the left hook Tony threw was an arm shot. And Harrison and Charlo weathered the storm. He lined him up for a strong left hook. In the 11th round, what happened was Tony Harrison was tired. People said he was playing too much and he was posturing too much. He was buying time. He was tired. See, what you got to understand is this in boxing, and this is what I learned over 20-something years watching boxing, right? I ain't the oldest motherfucker. I ain't the Burt Sugar, no shit like that. But this is common sense. I don't think he don't have enough power. I think he got plenty enough power. But when you get to the elite level, you can't not who on the elite level other than maybe a Wilder. And Wilder haven't even reached the pinnacle of the heavyweight division. Some people might think Jermell Charlo the best junior middleweight in the world, which I don't. But how many people knocking their opponents out with 1 or 2 shots? How many people on this level knocking? You can't do that. Even if you set up a shot with 2 or 3 shots, a lot of times, guys, you gotta set guys up for the knockout. 1 or 2 shots not gonna do it, bro. But one thing I'm gonna tell y'all about boxing I learned over the years, when you get hit to the body, you know, and somebody bag up or they snatch their elbow down, it hurt. When you hit somebody and they get to laughing, they hurt. They felt it. When somebody dig to the body, and then the guy, he ain't been going to the body the whole fight, and he started digging to the body, that means you slowing him down and you hurting him with body shots. And that's what Tony Harrison did. Harrison had a nice left hook to the body, and that made Jermell Charlo go to the body because he was hurting him to the basement. So Charlo went to the basement. Charlo wasn't looking to go to the basement. If he went to the basement early on, maybe some of them looping wide, hard, one-hitter quitters he was looking for. But once again, he believed something that he not. Every guy he knocked out was a preemie, like Erickson Lubin, that was not that good, like Charles Hadley, not that good. John Jackson, John Jackson beat him the same. The way Tony Harrison was outboxing Charlo. John Jackson was doing it even better. But what happens is Charlo's stamina so good, Charlo's Chin is so good. Charlo a strong motherfucker. Charlo a strong dude. He's sturdy. Because a lot of them shots that Tony Harrison was hitting him with, he was hurting them. But 1 or 2 shots not going to do it. You got to follow up with 3 and 4 and 5 shots, combinations when you on this level. Unless you like Julian Jackson, Gerald McClellan, you know what I'm saying? Even when you seen Keith Thurman throwing 1 or 2 big shots early on, he was getting dudes like Yavik out of there. He was getting like Carlos Katana out of there. He was clipping Jesus Soto Carras out of there. But when he stepped up to like Robert Guerrero and Leonard Blundini Bundu, after a while, you can't just knock everybody out with 1 or 2 shots. You got to set them up. You know what I'm saying? And if you're knocking guys out with 1 or 2 shots, and you not that elite puncher like Julian Jackson or Deontay Wilder and Nuyuwa, you know, even Matisse when he stepped up, then you got to set other shots up. You know what I'm saying? You got to drop the jab to the body, drop a left hook to the body, come back upstairs with another left hook, right hand. You got to put shots together. And tonight, Tony Harrison was only setting the table for 1 or 2 big shots. And when you hit a dude with 1 or 2 big shots, you might as well go ahead and go 3-4 in the combination. You know, I don't think it was fatigue because he couldn't see. Tony was literally picking everything up Mel was throwing. He had all his patterns and rhythms picked up. No, it was fatigue, bro. It was fatigue. It wasn't when he was doing all that posturing and he was doing that. He did the little windmill. He was tired. I said that. I'm just sitting here saying that. He got tired. He was tired. They know what I'm talking about it. He was tired. Charlo was a sturdier fighter. Chin was better. Stamina was better. That was the difference. It was stamina. It wasn't patterns. He should have picked them patterns up 3 or 4 rounds ago. You don't get paid for overtime in boxing. But salute to Grayling. But this fight came down to basically what ended is what I told you it ended. Combination punching. You know, Charlo was able to punch with Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison just had mental lapse, fatigue. He hooked with a hooker again. Had he not took that, it didn't matter. He was losing regardless, though. Even if he would have came back and stole that round, he needed a knockdown to win because 2 judges had him in 96-93. So that's just what it is, man. When you talk about corruption in boxing, I mean, everybody DL McQueen. So when you go to his locker room, it's nothing to hang your head about. You know, he went out there trying to get a knockout and exchange the left hook. Was it smart? But when he go back and look at them scorecards, it was no way he was winning. It was no way he was winning. At the end of the day, they want to do Charlo and J-Rock. Now, will people keep that same energy? When people keep that same energy if you don't give them a trilogy, though? This is a dude that missed the entire year. Almost was out today at midnight Eastern Standard Time in about 22 minutes. It'd have been a whole year since Tony Harrison stepped in the ring. He didn't have a tune-up. He didn't get a hometown fake. He got treated. He got treated like a $2 bottom hoe. He got treated like he wasn't even part of Al Haymon's stable. You know what I'm saying? That's how he got treated. He won't get a rematch. Jermell didn't give Monez a rematch. And that's just what it is. He didn't have that shit locked, man. Fuck up out of here, man. So you had the nigga up 96-93. Get the fuck out of here, man. That motherfucker wasn't up no. It wasn't even. I had 2 swing rounds. That was the 4th round, and I think it was maybe the 9th. I think Tony stole it at the end. Hold on. The 4th and the 10th round it was. The 4th and the 10th. Y'all can say he stopped all that bullshit y'all was saying. If it was the other way around, y'all come on, man. They was cheating for the nigga. They was about to rob him. At the end of the day, it didn't matter if he made it or didn't make it. He was gonna get robbed. he was gonna get robbed, and that shit ain't right, bro. Niggas getting the benefit of the doubt because of popularity, dog. That ain't right, bro. That ain't. Because at the end, let these dudes tell it. Let these dudes tell it. Al Haymon the blackest, Al Haymon the best, Al Haymon different from everybody else, and that's cool. You would say he got stopped regardless, bro. Let's keep it 100 though. Let's keep it 100. Why wasn't the scorecards fair? Why was the scorecards fair? That's all I'm asking. Get out of here. Yeah, I use the N word. It's my channel. What you talking about? You killing me. Talk about, bro. Out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Hold on. Everybody stop texting for a minute. Get that snake up out of here, dog. Don't ask me if I use the N word. Who I look like? Somebody that's white? Hold on. Everybody stop texting. I'm about to get him the hell up out of here. I'm trying to hear that. I'm out of here. Up out of here. I ain't got time for that. Trying to preach these Negro spirituals and stuff. Hell up out of here. Stop. Had to make me stop my motherfucking flow. But like I said at the same time, come on, man. Don't my whole problem is this. Y'all act like everybody different. Al different from Bob. Bob different from Al. Al different from Eddie. They the same. Everybody is capitalist in boxing, bro. In sports in general. This is why I don't watch as much NBA or NFL as I used to. This is why, boxing has always been corrupt, though. You go back to Chavez getting robberies versus Frankie Randall and people think versus Mildred Taylor and all that type of stuff. But you get it. Chavez bring a lot of money. What do Charlo bring to the table? If Charlo was a big star, why they was fighting in a 12, 13,000 seat arena? You know what I'm saying? They benefiting guys like they benefit a guy like Charlo or guys like Crawford, a guy like Errol Spence, or a guy like Javante, or a guy like Broner. They benefit these guys, and it's not the same as giving the benefit as Chavez, who can fill up the Alamo Dome. It's not the same as benefiting a guy like Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Who bring a big bag to the table. I get it. We talking about Oscar, Floyd, Ray Leonard. You talking about guys like Ali. You talk about guys even like Gary Cooney. I get it. I really do. I get it. But when you get the robbing dudes for dudes that's barely 7-figure dudes, that's not right. When you got two dudes that's basically on the same level, they not stars. They basically household names. And you got a favor one guy to make a fight with J-Rock, that's not be a pay-per-view fight. You can make J-Rock, Hurd, Castanos, none of them is pay-per-view fights. It serves no purpose. Now to rob for Oscar De La Hoya, it serves a purpose. To rob Canelo, I get it. It serves a purpose. To rob for Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao at one point in time, it serves a purpose. But robbing for the Charco twins, for what? Eventually, one of them gonna get beat. Everybody can't be Mayweather. And they can get beat convincingly. Robbing for Plant. Robbing for Benavidez at this point because he ain't really tapped into his stardom. It makes no sense, though, to me personally. And Jermell Charlo, he won fair and square. But to come out here and act like he was winning the fight, he wasn't. Yeah, of course Copy Box more crooked. You know what I'm saying? You want to love the sport, and everything could have been cool. Even if it was, they had Mel up by a point. I couldn't even envision that though. Him being up by a point or two, but it is what it is. It's boxing. It's boxing. You know what I'm saying? Al Haymon act like if he put J Rock and Charlo on, it's gonna be able to fill up Datum Stadium. It's gonna be able to fill up the big stadium in NRG. That's not no. That's not. However you mix it up, that's not no big fight, casual wise. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't have mattered. Even if Tony Harrison would have won on points, him and Charlo could have did it again. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Because people gonna have their favoritisms. People gonna act like Charlo wasn't getting outpointed again. Like he didn't lose to, like he wasn't getting beat by Violence Monterosian. Dudes be winning fights off popularity, bro. They do. And everybody the same in boxing. All these dudes the same. Everybody is exactly the same. When you take off Al Haymon face, when you take off Bob face, when you take off Kathy face, when you take off Eddie Hearn face, it's the same face under there. It's a big capitalist face under there. Everybody trying to get their money. Everybody trying to get their money. And that's across the board. The first sport to step out and actually be real and be itself is going to be the one that overtake America again. But what burns my spirit is everybody try to act like one promoter better than another. It's not really. It's not for the fans. But hey, Jermell Charlo, he did what he had to do. You gotta give him credit. I think the best thing he did was Tony Harrison went to his body. He started going to Tony Harrison's body, and I think that was a difference. Had he not put that body work in earlier, I think Tony Harrison would have made it to the finish line and still would have lost. But you know, it is what it is. No, still riding with Tony Harrison. Charlo's still a cornball. Just because you win a fight, it don't mean I got to like you. It don't mean my perception changed of you. You still a cornball. The media still don't like you. You still angry for no reason. You still got a track record with stuff I'm not gonna say. I'm put down in black. But you still got a questionable track record about what you do outside the ring. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I used to like him. But he just an absolute like mark. TXZ say he said Fox Deportes had Tony Renderson by 6 rounds. He's an absolute mark. Just like the way he was acting and lying, I just can't get down with dudes like that, bro. Jermall cool. He seemed to be pretty cool, but you talk behind the scenes with the media members, and they say the same shit about Jermell Charlo. The same thing. But it is what it is. He fought a good fight at the end. He was getting his front end breaks beat off of him other than the second round. I gave him a few rounds, though. I'm going to tell y'all how my card was. I gave him a few rounds. I gave him the second round. He got the knockdown. I gave him the fourth round, which it could have went either way. And then I gave him the eighth round. And that was it. I gave him 8, 4, and 2, plus the knockdown. That's what I gave him. But he a one-dimensional robotic puncher, just like Errol Spence. Derrick James built all his fighters the same way. There's no, okay, you got better head movement, or you seem to be a better puncher. He created his fighters like crash dummies. They all the same. You know, one might be a little taller, one might be created for a Honda Civic, another one might be created for the new Trailblazer, one might be created for a limo. He create all his fighters fight the same way. The same way. One-dimensional fighters that come down in a straight line, that if you put them on the back foot, you're gonna beat them. But the blessing about the fighters that he do have, is that they strong, they in shape, and they got enough power to get by. And that's what you got to get. But other than that, Derrick James don't have no versatility in his fighters. That's why Rob Brandt left. They all don't move their head. They all punch the same. They don't have no back foot game. That's the truth. Yeah, he like the black Abel Sanchez. They win it because they not fighting nobody, bro. Before this fight and before last fight, Tony Harrison was a bum. And I hate when y'all niggas do that shit. Y'all come here, Sean Porter a bum. Sean Porter a nobody. Sean Porter garbage. After the fight, Sean Porter the next best thing since sliced bread and Errol Spence. Stop it. Tony Harrison a bum. Tony Harrison a bum. I can go pull up the comments. I just pulled him up the other day. Oh, it's a bad look for Charlo. Who the fuck want to see this fight? Oh, who he fight this bum? He lost twice. So now we crediting dudes for losing to Easy Roll, Sean Porter, and Tony Bum Harrison. Like, you can't have it both ways. This ain't Burger King. You can't have it your way here. Spence and Charlo, yes, they are. They fight just the same. Errol Spence just more polished at it because he been with Derrick James longer. They fight exactly the same. They might be a little bit more, a little bit different. But that style is exactly the same. Robotic, low, they come on, man. Errol Spence is more refined in the style. Charlo trying to look for the home run hit all the time. Errol Spence a little bit more patient. His punches flow a little bit more better, but they come off the same way. They come off the same way. That's a robotic style. Spence just do it better because he been with him longer. Go watch the way Jermell Charlo used to fight when he was under Ronnie Shields. Charlie Miyake, Gabriel Rosado fight. I think he fought Demetrius Hopkins, Bernard Hopkins' nephew back in the day. The body work different. Yeah, that's something that's different. That's something, like I said, Errol Spence a little bit more polished. But Charlo shows tonight, when Charlo go to the body, it looked the same. Charlo commit to the body, he throws some really good body punches. Good left hook to the body, good right hook to the body. You know what I'm saying? Charlo can go to the body, it's just that Charlo just don't do it. Only reason he went to the body today is because Tony Harrison went to the body, he felt it. As far as how they moving in the ring and how them niggas the same fighter. You get somebody in there that's rangy, that can stick and move and slip, step over. You know what I'm saying? They can beat them every time, long as they don't get caught. Charlo had legs. Yeah, he had legs, bouncing around the ring, pivoting, slipping, upper body. Derrick James turned him into a crash dummy, nigga. That's what he turned him into. Oh, you talking about with 42 Doug? Yeah, he was Yo Gotti. That's a little ass nigga. I ain't never seen him. You think Spence does it better because he is southpaw? No, it's not because he is southpaw. It's because he been with him longer. And remember, Errol Spencer started boxing to what, 13, 14? Mel been boxing for a while. When he was with Ronnie Shields, he fought more. He had more fluidity in this game. He trying to fit in. He trying to be a knockout artist, and he not. Davion, salute. That motherfucker, like, that nigga 26 years old. I thought I was a kid for a minute. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You gotta give him credit. You look on to him fighting Julian J Rock Williams next, and I like J Rock. I like J Rock in that fight. I mean, you gotta remember J Rock was beating Jermall Charlo last week. He got caught. He got dropped by a jab, and then he got dropped by a 1 in a million counter shot. That was sweet as hell. But I like J Rock in that fight. I think that's a style, and it's funny. Styles make fights. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you look at, if J Rock was to fought Lara, I would have liked Lara in that fight. I could be wrong. J Rock to fight Charlo, I like Charlo in that fight. I think Charlo fight Lara. That'd be an interesting fight. But I think J Rock gonna do what Tony Harrison didn't do. I think he in better shape. Obviously, I think he would have beat whoever won tonight. and I said that before. I believe that J Rock. I think J Rock gonna go to the body. I think J Rock is gonna approach this fight a little bit different. Now, can Charlo catch him? Yeah, he can catch him. He can catch him. But I think J Rock is going with Charlo moving backwards. I think J Rock is going to get on the inside. I think he's going to outmuscle Charlo. Now, what could happen? What could happen? He could get caught. I doubt it because I don't think he punching with that heat like his brother is. But it's going. I think Charlo best asset in that fight is going to be his stamina. I think it's be his stamina, but I think J Rock eat that style up 7 days out of 7, 24/7. J Rock eat that style up. Bad style fight. It would have been much better for Charlo had Jerry Hurd been in there with him, and he would have been beating on Jerry Hurd because Jerry Hurd can't slip a shot. So what J Rock gonna have to do is get on the inside and do like he do with Jerry Hurd and physically maul Jermell Charlo. But I think he said I think Charlo will stop Lara. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't think Charlo don't have that pressure that Castanos got. That's the difference. Lara probably beat Charlo. He raised them niggas, man. Lara probably still beat him. Especially the way he fighting stupid. Lara probably eat that style up. Lara probably eat that. That's why he don't want to fight Lara. But Charlo got elite stamina. He got elite chin. Let's give him credit for that. Yeah, I just talked about Bardia. Lara could out, but he would outbox Charlo. Not the way he is. Too one dimensional. Stop, you rather. I said I like to see J Rock and Charlo. I said that before. I said that was a better fight, I believe. I think J Rock beat either one of them. It don't matter. It ain't no fight that I'm marking on my calendar. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no Terence Crawford, Errol Spence before the car accident. Like, I can't wait to see it. It makes me no fucking difference. I feel J Rock beat both. That ain't no fight that I'm like, oh, I can't wait. The build up is no, like it's not that many fights that move me no more. I mean, Tank and Loma will move. I think T.O. and Lomachenko almost got me thinking about going to that fight. Depending on what the undercard looking like, I'm contemplating going there. Castanos is about to be is fighting for the WBO next, so then he gonna be undisputed. They gonna try to make undisputed. He doesn't act like that uppercut ain't there versus Charlo. I mean, when you fight in the high guard, it's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? When you fight in the high guard, the uppercut gonna be there to split the middle because you gotta protect against the hook. You gotta protect against the overhand right. Anybody that's in that high guard like that, the uppercut gonna be there. So that's something. That's something that's gonna be there. I mean, something you gotta work for. You're something that you just gotta move your head for. But Charlo don't move his head at all. He move his feet a little bit, but I mean, I just think J Rock is a bad, but he got a great backstory. With his brother knocking out J Rock, got a great backstory. You know what I'm saying? J Rock used to be a huge trash talker right when he fought Maul, and I think that kind of humbled him. So we'll see, but I think just J Rock, the more intellectual fighter, IQ high, in great shape with Snack. He was Snack. They be in great shape. Got a good trainer, Stephen Bredman. They gonna put a great game plan together, and I expect them to eat Charlo up. I expect them raise on salute. I expect them to do what Tony Harrison couldn't do and complete it, but they getting beat them, and it's a lot of animosity. It's a lot of animosity between Texas and the East Coast and Philadelphia. When Charlo called out Jesse Hart at one point, Jermall Charlo did on Instagram Live. I don't know, Mazuma TV had it. He called him out at one point. Obviously the animosity with Bredman and J Rock accusing Jermall Charlo of being on roids and flushing out the roids before they fought. Then you go back that whole fraternity, Demetrius Andre Rozier, Danny Jacobs accusing Errol Spence and the Charlos of being on steroids. So it's a lot of animosity built up And they started like that East Coast movement started the narrative for Errol Spence and Charlo's being on roids. They did. It ain't even a Cowboy Eagles thing. Like them fucking Charlo's from Houston. I heard they trying to make Lubin and Lara. You know what I'm saying? So you got like the backstory is like crucial. It's very, very, but Michael Soar, I think he lost he's supposed to fight that boy gave his build up Castanos. I think they fought before. So you got that whole little, it's a lot of animosity going there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where when they talk about Vita testing steroids and Errol Spence nipples and shit, that came from them. That whole Philadelphia, New York movement, they started the narrative for Charlo's and Errol Spence being on roids. And it make you wonder, like when people was accusing Pacquiao of being, he filed a defamation lawsuit against the Mayweathers, and they settled. Ochoa, salute. I'm behind the house. They settled. So when somebody keep insinuating that through interviews and articles, I'm surprised that Errol Spence and Charlo's didn't do defamation lawsuit. Defamation lawsuit. That's crazy though, but now you got to J-Rock got an opportunity to right his wrong versus Jermell Charlo. But I look forward to the fight. I think the fight is a great fight. Obviously, J-Rock January 18th in Philadelphia got to get past Jason Rosario. That should be a good fight. I mean, entertaining fight. Rosario he's solid, but we see if J-Rock been disciplined, staying in shape, not getting out of shape. So we got to look for that. But great fight tonight. I mean, I definitely think they did great ratings. Just Tony Harrison got to find somebody to get him in shape. All that. But you got to remember, this is a dude that's not making big money. You know what I'm saying? Charlo's, they can afford the best strength and conditioning coach. They knew the right people. Knowing Ronnie Shields, he knew the right people. You know what I'm saying? And Tony Harrison, maybe he can't find the best strength and conditioning. I think he said last time his cousin did it, and they was doing runs and stuff of that nature. So, you can't just get any personal trainer to train you for boxing. It ain't going to work. Boxing is different. It's a lot of different schools of thought. You got guys that put miles in. You got guys that only do ring sprints. You got guys that try CrossFit. So you got to find out what works for you. And it's at the point where he got to find out like what's going wrong physically in the championship rounds. Are you drinking in camp? Are you not? If you're not getting enough water, are you not getting enough protein? Are you anemic? You know what I'm saying? Are you not? Do you need to run in soft sand? Do you need to do more squats, deadlifts? Do you need to do strength and conditioning? So he got to figure it out what's wrong with him. You can't just guess. It's like having a car and you guessing what's wrong with it. Oh, I think it's the mount. Oh no, I think it's the trans. Oh no, I think it's no. You can't be guessing because then again, you throwing money at the car. And pretty much you trying to fix everything on the car and it's not getting fixed. It's all getting fixed. It ain't getting fixed. And you talking about a car is something that's man-made. It's something that you can go buy another car, but your boxing record and your health, you can't buy another boxing record and health. You don't know how much child support he paying. You don't know about what daddy got. Did he go to college? So a lot of he ain't got the same opportunity. There's a lot of fighters in Detroit I know that's working at 9 to 5. They get off from their job and then they go work out. Tell me you ain't at a disadvantage. Glenn Johnson was a construction worker before I think he upset Roy Jones. I think he still was. Joe Smith Jr. You at a disadvantage. These guys can just go to the gym, hit the bag, hit the meal, and they go home and rest. They getting it like that. They got the benefit of a signing bonus. They got the benefit of their promoter fronting them. There's a lot of guys out here that got talent. But guess what? They got to work a 9 to shit. Some niggas working a 9 to 9, getting off from construction, and they got it's a different boy. Boxing ain't laid out like it is. Terence Crawford was one of them dudes that wasn't making no money, bro. He was a dude that wasn't making no money for real. Why he had a dice game? You think he would be at a dice game if he had the top ranking deal at the time? No. No. So everybody ain't got the same opportunity, dog. But let's talk a little bit about Errol Spence in the interview. And I want to talk something about Terence Crawford that I was thinking laying in bed yesterday, man. I want to talk about, but yeah, Errol Spence did the interview, and he definitely coming back April, May, June-ish. If you check on Ivan Reddick's Twitter, and I guess it's on Instagram too, somebody sent it to me. He told Errol Spence see him in April. Anybody looking at this objectively, Errol Spence is not 100% healthy. Errol Spence is slurring. His eyes, he still got marks on his eyes. And shout out to Brian Kenny for trying to interrogate him. Brian DJ Vlad Kenny, talking about his legal stuff and stuff of that there. I felt personally, and I was talking to somebody about the interview on the phone after the interview. I felt personally they should have pre-recorded the interview. They should have pre-recorded the interview. And before you do an interview, it's common sense. I'm not the greatest journalist in the world. I'm not a journalist. I did a couple interviews in my day. But before you do an interview and you pose to censor it, like, we cool with this question? We cool with that? What you don't want to talk about? What you do want to talk about? That's what you supposed to do. PBC, let me say this first. PBC don't have no type of structure, bro. None. You pose to Al, pose to, hey, Brian Kenny, DJ Vlad, Brian Kenny. Don't talk about this. Don't ask him about this. Don't ask him about this and that. They just be doing shit off the humbug, bro. They be doing stuff like I had a car shop. We do, at the car shop, it wasn't no QuickBooks or nothing like that. Hey, just bring your car up. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no type of structure. They run this shit like they run this like a mom and pop's t-shirt shop. They run this like a mom and pop shop. Real talk. This ain't no car shop. This ain't no small burger shop. This ain't no just some low key business. This a real like multi-billion-dollar business they in. You supposed to be, even if Brian Kenny got to go out there and read from a cue card. This dude was trying to incriminate that man. Oh, you don't have any legal things going on, do you? Like, really? Wasn't nobody at the time tell me he was thinking about Errol Spence and how many years he was facing. Or nobody care about his track record at that point. White people always try and do that. I'm sorry. They always quick to bring up a nigga past or his record. Frederick Salute. All right, take care. They always trying to pick up somebody. Hey, criminally, like DJ Vlad. Yeah, I know you got a case back in '96. It still say pending. Did you take care? Like, why they always gotta bring us? Like, all right, cool. If it was that bad, I'm pretty sure Errol Spence would be locked up under the jail, or he would have a warrant out for his arrest. This dude was asking unnecessary questions, and Errol Spence was cold. Oh, my lawyer said I can't talk about that and this and that. But let's move on. Plus, they showed the video to act exactly, bro. Like, what was the point of showing the video? We seen it, bro. They don't have no chill. They don't have no chill on the brothers, man, at all. But he definitely not coming back. He definitely shouldn't come back in April or May. That man ain't right, man. He heavy. He still got marks on his face and something going on with his mouth. He was like, it's nothing legal that's going to keep you from. Oh, first, let me ask you about health-wise, nothing keep you back from. I'm like, come on, bro. But, excuses going to come out. Let's talk about that. If he go out there and fight Danny Garcia, that's who he going to fight next. Danny Garcia and Ivan Reddick winner. Reddick's already unveiled on Twitter. Before I seen it on Twitter, somebody already told me. They rushing him back for what? to keep those belts. Danny Garcia gonna be his mandatory. Danny Garcia and Ivan Reddish is a title eliminator. And I figured that they was gonna rush him back when Danny Garcia didn't fight Sean Porter for the belt. When they didn't get the vacant belt up, I figured they was gonna rush him back. Then I also knew that he was coming back sooner than I thought when Sergey Lipinets called out Bud Crawford. But obviously he said, I want the winner of Danny Ivan Reddish. I want Manny Pacquiao. And Brian Kenny was like, well, I have to ask, what about Bud Crawford? He don't want to fight Bud. That's just what it is. They don't want to fight. He's still talking about Manny Pacquiao, which it wouldn't surprise me if Pacquiao did take that fight, but I heard he won't. At the end of the day, what is he rushing back for? Champion and reset, but it's gonna be excuses. Danny Garcia about to hit the lick of the decade already, the next decade. He about to hit a lick. But don't be surprised if they say, oh, he's gonna fight Danny Garcia in May. And then Errol Spence get a setback. And then they push this. I'm telling you, that's what I think gonna happen. I think Errol Spence they gonna act like the fight gonna happen. Errol Spence gonna get a setback in camp, they gonna say, and then they gonna reset. He don't have no choice but to take but to take Danny Garcia. Then he had a WBC mandatory, he got an IBF mandatory. He don't have no choice. He had a voluntary versus Mikey Garcia. He had another voluntary. He hasn't faced his mandatory in the IBF since 2018 in June. So your IBF, your mandatory is ordered every year. This year his mandatory got ordered when Qdoba fought Luis Collazo and beat him. You know what I'm saying? So WBC, they had two mandatories lined up for him. Remember they said that? Sean was the brother Yugis and Danny Garcia was the mandatory. So he don't have no choice. He don't have a choice. If he take a tune-up, guess what's gonna happen? He gonna get stripped. So they rushing him back to keep the belts. Because if Lipinets go out there and win the belt and Bob Arum make him a hell of an offer, he gonna leave. If Qdoba from Top Rank beat Lipinets for the belt, they don't want to lose position. They don't want to lose power. This motherfucker ain't ready to fight. You said Danny gonna get dropped. Danny Garcia never touched the canvas, have he? Has Danny Garcia ever touched the canvas? Matisse didn't drop him. I could be wrong. Danny Garcia has never tasted the canvas. Keith almost dropped him. And you telling me a dude that's heavy as hell right now, that I don't care what you say, he can't get full sparring in with his mouth like that, with the breaches on his face. You telling me this dude is ready to fight for what? For what? When you go, people don't go to Danny body because Danny a good counterpuncher. When you go to the body, niggas ain't willing to exchange shots with body shots, especially with a sharp counterpuncher. Danny got great catch and shoot. Danny got his great counterpuncher. That's why people don't go to Danny body. If Errol Spence go to the body, Danny Garcia is going to shoot upstairs with the no-look left hook. It's a reason why you say, oh, why people don't go to Deontay Wilder body like that. Easier said than done. You willing to exchange a body shot for that big-ass right hand? Boxing. Boxing. It's boxing. They looking out, PBC looking out for themselves. They know if Crawford get a belt or one of them belts go over to Crawford, it's over with. Yeah, Danny Garcia, Darnell salute. I seen y'all boys lost to Rouge. I seen that shit. I ain't know Rouge was that good. Somebody warned me they was good. I should have went to that game. But Danny Garcia got a good right hand. Counter right hand too. Danny Garcia about to hit the lick of the century, bro. You think real talk? Let's just keep it 100 here, bro. Let's keep it 100. We know politics. We know he got mandatories. But do you think Al Haymon will serve up a fighter that he loved like that, bro? You think Al Haymon would do that to Floyd Mayweather? throw him out there versus a guy like Danny Garcia. I thought that was a tough fight to begin with when he was healthy. Danny Garcia, Errol Spence is how can I say this? Errol Spence is tailor made for Danny Garcia's style. Not saying he was gonna win. This dude is heavy. This dude mouth is messed up. People say he just talk a little different, and man, that nigga fucked up. He made a mistake. Do we all make mistakes? Absolutely, we make mistakes. I'm not holding against him. People always want to say, oh, you know, if I had this and I had that, man, you don't. You touch some type of money he touching at 28, 29 years old, it happens. Sometimes you're not thinking. It happens. But for them to be so insecure, inconsiderate, anybody come in here talking, anybody on YouTube or in the media come talking, oh yeah, Errol Spence is definitely ready to fight, and I can't wait to see him in man. Yeah, fucking lie. They lie. This man need to take time off. He shouldn't even be sparring. Take time off, enjoy his money, and look for 2021. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to rush this dude back because it's already a built-in excuse. No matter how you slice the cake, it's a built-in excuse. It was a built-in excuse before Errol got into an accident. Oh, he getting too big between fights. He weight drained. He need to move up. Not a car accident. Not a car accident. But one thing DJ Vlad, a.k.a. Brian Kenny, did, he asked about Bud. Once again, they didn't acknowledge Bud on the board. And he said, I got to ask, what about Bud Crawford? I'll fight him. They don't want to fight that motherfucker. Let's just keep it real. Never would, never could fight him. Never wanted to. You know what's going to happen. If you coming back and you being Captain Superhero, well shit, fuck it, fight Bud the first time out. Gonna get monkey walked. He gonna get, what was the monkey that Krusty the Clown had on Simpsons? He gonna have that nigga on a unicycle. But you know them the problems they don't want, bro. So if he fight, all right, let's do some math here, right? Let's do some math. Oh, Brian Kenny definitely get fired. He got about 4-5 jobs. But let's do some math. He said he was hesitant when to confirm when he was coming back. Yeah. Oh, definitely by the summer. But let's do some math here. If it's already confirmed on Ivan Reddick, and I got to confirm from behind the scenes that he not coming back. It's funny. I wasn't hungry all earlier. I just got fucking hungry. I'm not going out for shit. I'm about to drink a bottle of water. This nigga mild sleep. But I forgot about to say. What I about to say? I ain't drunk no shit. I'm just tired. I'm about to say something. But till I figure my thoughts, Star Wars is fucking great. Yes, I'm a nigga that watch Star Wars. I was talking to that nigga Town. He was like, well, I don't know no niggas that watch Star Wars. I'm like, shit, me, nigga. C-Dubs, I love that shit. It's nothing but religion and politics, but it's dope to me. But I don't know what I was talking about. But I know I was talking about Errol Spence. But I don't remember what I was talking about. I don't know what I was talking about. What I was talking about. Yeah, I went early, bro. Before all them niggas started coming in. I don't go where the black people go. Hold on. Okay, I remember what I was talking about. All right. They was talking about coming back in Danny Garcia. Let's do the math. Danny Garcia and Ivan Reddick's already promised the Errol Spence fight, right? That's why he fight for WC title limiter. So Danny Garcia not getting a Pacquiao fight, right? So you got Mikey Garcia, Jesse Vargas fight February 29th in the Frisco Star. So if Mikey chooses to stay, I already told y'all he probably fighting Josh Taylor, Regis Prograis. That's how he functioning. So you either gonna get Mikey Garcia coming back fighting Pacquiao, or you gonna get Amir Khan fighting Pacquiao, or you gonna get Mayweather fighting Pacquiao. My personal belief, what's going on right now, they saying Mayweather don't know if he want to fight Pacquiao in September or May. He supposed to be trying to knock Canelo off the days. Personally, I don't see Mayweather coming back fighting no Pacquiao off the rip. I believe he gonna fight McGregor or somebody like that, then fight Pacquiao in September. And also, they said if he do come back in May, Leo Santa Cruz and Tank could be on his co-feature. So pay attention to that. Leo Santa Cruz is also on the Manny Pacquiao Mayweather undercard. Remember, because Lomachenko fight. A lot of people don't remember that. So either you got a 3-man race, which I only think is a 2-man race. Mayweather and May with Pacquiao, or you gonna get Khan or Mikey. So I think it's a real situation where you might get Khan and Khan or Pacquiao, Khan and Pacquiao. But Mikey is still in position to get the fight. So Danny probably beat Redditch and fight Errol Spence. I think this is going to be the best opportunity for Danny Garcia to beat an elite welterweight. It's unfortunate. And y'all saying it like when he said, oh, I'm not taking no tune-up. He don't have a choice. He don't have a choice but to take a tune-up. He don't have a choice but to tune up. Not to take a tune-up because he got a mandatory. If he bypassed the tune-up to WBC, he had to drop the belt. You think Eli Salute, you think he willingly want to fight Danny Garcia coming off of that type of accident? No, he don't. He don't. He'd rather fight the IBF mandatory. No, Amir Khan still, I think he with Eddie Hearn, or he a free agent or something. So you really think he really want to jump in with that type of situation? No. He got to keep the belts. That was part of the negotiation him and the WBC was having. Danny Garcia is the ultimate. I ain't gonna say he the ultimate opportunist, but he got the ultimate opportunity here. He got the ultimate opportunity here. If he can't beat Errol Spence in this condition, he need to just hang it up. For real. If he can't beat Errol Spence in this condition, he need to hang it up. Ain't nobody trying to hear no excuses from him or nothing. You can't beat him like that. It's no excuses. But like I said before, if they was fighting like healthy, this is the best style Danny Garcia is gonna see at the welterweight division for on this level. Keith Thurman had too much foot movement for him. Shine had too much lateral movement, foot movement for him. I think him and Ugas will be a really tactical fight. He might get the benefit because he can punch a little bit more. Oh man, they're making this steak on TV, bro. Can't stand this shit. Nigga hungry as hell. I ain't ate since I went to the movies, but I mean Crawford, he too fluid for him. So Errol Spence, out of all the top guys in the division, you can put Mayweather, Pacquiao, Thurman, Porter, Crawford, Thurman. Errol Spence is the least athletic one as far as fast twitch muscles and hand speed and foot speed. Other than Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia and Errol Spence has less fast twitch muscles than everybody else. So Danny Garcia at this level will be facing a guy that's closer to athleticism than he is. This is before the accident. He facing a guy that like to come forward and bang it out. Danny Garcia is a master at counterpunching and sharpshooting. But the problem is Errol Spence is still more athletic than Danny Garcia. Errol Spence is going to go to the body. Now, with him going to the body, Danny is real sharp with his punches. So, if I'm Errol Spence coach, our training camp is going to be about how we fought Mikey. And if you look at the schematics of Mikey and Danny, I think Mikey might have just as long as arms as Danny do. So we coming back even before the accident. If Errol stand behind his length and his speed, and he fought Danny like he fought Mikey Garcia, he gonna outpoint Danny easy. Now coming off the surgery and off the situation he coming off of, I think it's imperative for him to fight that way. Keep your distance. Keep everything in front of you. Because Danny Garcia, he got problems cutting the ring off and catching up to his opponents. Keep the jab to the body, feint, jab up top. He can walk Danny Garcia all night like he did with Mikey Garcia. He ain't got to get on his toes, just walk him. He said Crawford inside game. Crawford inside game is outstanding. What are you talking about? Y'all just be making shit up. Crawford inside game is outstanding, bro. I don't know what you talking about. Crawford can fight you on the inside. He can fight you in the pocket. He can fight you on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Go watch how he did Felix Diaz. Outstanding. And the nigga strong. He can fight you however you want. I don't know what y'all be watching, bro. The Mean Machine, the problem with Crawford is this. Crawford is hard-headed, bro. Crawford is one hard-headed, bull-headed motherfucker. He is bull-headed. Crawford's only weakness is not overconfidence. It's that he want to prove a point. And where he will lose to Errol Spence at is that he told Chris Algieri off the record that, I don't think Chris Algieri is supposed to say it, but he told Chris Algieri that he would stop Errol Spence. He could be doing what Tony Harrison did all night to Charlo, to Errol Spence. He a risk taker, dog. He's a daredevil. Crawford want to be. He kind of remind you of fucking like Goku. He kind of remind you like Goku and Vegeta, where they'll where Vegeta let Cell get to his final form on purpose and absorb the android. Crawford like to be challenged. Crawford ain't safety first. Crawford take chances. It's crazy when you look at him. He take too many He can lose that fight. I never said he couldn't. Danny Garcia hit him with the no look. Like he take two. He bullheaded. You see, he refused to go to Orthodox versus Kavalaskis. But it is what it is. Nobody is perfect. Let me tell you that. Let me check my FanDuel while I'm saying that. Man, I hit 325 on FanDuel and the nigga still won in the money. Please, Damian Lillard, do something. McCollum got 41. That's crazy. I'm 361. I'm 361 on FanDuel, right? I only won $2.50. That's crazy. That's crazy. The money line was 350 tonight. The dude that run hit 414. Damn, Whiteside went off for the 70 ball. That's what it was. Whiteside went off for the 70 ball. That's crazy. I don't think he slapped that woman, dog. I think he kind of pushed her. I don't think he was trying to hit her, but I ain't gonna speak on that, bro. To be honest, I'm not gonna speak on his situation, bro. I'm not gonna. He doing enough damage to his reputation. You know what I'm saying? You know, he just, he ain't affected my shit. So I'm not the guy that got to worry about it. But well, go back to Danny and Errol, man. That's a good fight. Even when everybody fresh. But one thing about Danny Garcia, he gonna be sharper. He gonna be more active than he has been, because he gonna be fighting in January, then probably June or July. But approaching this like just regular without the car accident. If I'm Errol Spence coach, we boxing. I'm keeping my left hand up. I'm keeping it glued to my head. And what I'm trying to do is walk away from that left hook. But the thing about Danny Garcia is, Danny Garcia a good two-handed fighter, but I'll take my chances with that right hand. But I will fight. I will be very tactical in that fight. It doesn't have to be the Mikey Garcia Errol Spence, because Mikey Garcia, he ain't that athletic, he ain't that long, and so Mikey Garcia not either. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia reach, it's like damn near the same. How did the Rams lose, y'all? What the fuck? They was winning when I was looking at it, and Jimmy Guap came back. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up Mikey Garcia. I just looked at it not too long ago. Give me a minute. 1 second. Yeah, Mikey got 68-inch reach. Errol Errol got 72. I think Danny Garcia got a half-inch reach advantage on Mikey Garcia. I think it's just a half inch, but I'm about to confirm it right now. Yep, it's a half inch. It's a half inch. He 5'8", 78.5 inch. Mikey is 5'6", I think, 60 inch, 68 inch. Mikey got 68.5. So at the end of the day, like I said, Earl can do the same thing. Yeah, Crawford got 74. He can do the same thing. So he got to stay behind the speed. DJ Charm, Black Charm Music Salute. He got to stay behind his limp. This fight is imperative. There's no need to take unnecessary punishment. Keith Thurman said Danny Garcia one of the hardest hitting welterweights. Errol Spence in this fight got a speed advantage. I believe he got a footwork advantage. It's just box him. Just box him. But the problem is when you don't move your head and your foot is your defense movement, that's the problem. At the end of the day, when your legs give out, then you at least got to count on your upper body movement. But I think they're rushing the kid back too soon, man. They can drop the belts but they're not putting him first. And Al could have gave him the option, like this is what Errol said. I can be back. But also, what I would do is I would go into camp, say we fighting, and then pull out. He said Danny flat-footed. Yep. So is Errol Spence. Errol Spence ain't on his toes. He just operate better flat-footed though. But it don't matter. If you're able to cut the ring off, a lot of times you gotta get on your toes. You utilize the jab and stuff of that nature, but he definitely ain't in no position to fight. He can rush it all he wants to, but at the end of the day, Danny Garcia, we could say he a second tier welterweight. He ain't no cupcake. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no cupcake. Like I said, he one of the better catcher shooters in there. He a solid body puncher himself. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But me personally, best fight for Earl after the accident. You can make a case because he ain't that big of a puncher, but that's a big dude, bro. Yugas is a humongous dude. Yugas is a humongous dude. And I get where you coming at because he ain't that big of a puncher. It's a physically big dude. I'm still trying to wonder how the fuck he lost to Amir Khan. Yeah, he lost to Amir. Ain't that crazy, bro? But like I said before, he one of those dudes that probably didn't have the best strength conditioning coach. It's a lot of guys that's journeyman in boxing that if they had the support that some of these elite level fighters had, they'd be undefeated too. What about Jamal James for the comeback? He gotta defend the mandatory. He gotta fight his mandatory. That's why he fighting Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, Ivan Reddick is a title eliminator. And then he probably gonna have to fight his IBF after that. Do so non-salute. He got if he was tuning up, he would drop a belt or maybe drop both of them. The reason he coming back is he got to fight a mandatory. So anybody else y'all talk about, they can get by with Yukas being a mandatory though, but he got to do Danny Garcia fight. That's the mandatory. What's crazy? Ivan Reddick lost to Tevin Farmer. Yeah, that was a lightweight. Did you hear that slur speech? Errol needs to stay off the cam too. Yeah, they should have pre-recorded that. He was trying hard not to. But people gonna act like it's okay, and then if he fuck around and lose to Danny Garcia, then the excuses gonna flow out. It's pretty much a win-win for him. Get the big check. If you lose, the excuses gonna flow out. You get an automatic rematch when you get healthy. I mean, I ain't mad at it. Spence and Lipias. Lipias is he not even a mandatory. He like number 3 in the IBF. Danny better look past his fight. I mean, he can beat Reddick, but maybe Reddick is more comfortable at 147. You may be right. But I got some questions. I'll answer them real quick. Answer them. You got the scar tissue on his face. You see the cuts. He heavy. So what if I'm him? And you don't know how your body gonna react when you start trying to whip into shape. He said I think he should retire or to take a leave. Man, nigga, something, man. When you don't have money coming in, like if you got one income, I don't know his situation. If you got one income, you can't afford to take time off. Because guess what? To maintain his house, maybe you got a fish tank, a pool that costs money. He probably got cars that cost money to keep up. Like people like motherfuckers can't even afford to die. I told somebody that the other day. I said I can't even afford to die. You know what I'm saying? You can't even afford to die. Ain't that crazy? Say it again. You can't even afford to die these days, dude. They're gonna find you in the afterlife and still bill you for your funeral. So y'all looking at it as he got all this money, but really, and if you ever went to a job and maybe you was in high school, you was making $8, $9, $7 an hour, depending on how old you is. $7.15 was minimum wage, and I got it when I was started working. Right, it was $7.15 for people 18 and under 18 and 18 and over. Under 18 was like six something, 645, 650. But and you was like, man, if I can make $12 an hour, I'll be straight. You start making $12 an hour, but you really living like you making 12 or 15, $16 an hour with overtime and all that. As your pay raise, your means raise. The people, the real billionaires and trillionaires, they don't live like billionaires and trillionaires. They probably live like millionaires, if that. So, like for people that don't get it, more money you get, the higher you raise your means. You want to live in a better neighborhood. You want to get the kids a better school. You want to get a doper ride. But those who save that money for the long haul and live well below their means is going to win. So he can't afford. He probably living the chain right there. The chain alone probably costs a ton of money. The Ferrari he wrecked, insurance rates going up. He got legal fees coming. You know, the kids probably got private school. That shit don't stop. You ain't got nothing coming in and everything's still going out. It's hard. Why do you think when dope dealers or white collar people go to jail, they go broke fighting cases? Child support, 3 or 4 baby mamas over here. The kids need this and need that. Moms need this. And that's why it's very important that you got this what Rick Ross said. He said, my sister and my moms, them ain't asked me for money for years. He said, I set them up to make their own money. So when you get that type of money, you can set your family up to get their own money. They got to depend on you. If everybody depending on you for child care and they rent to be paid and all that, ain't gonna work. Who does the WBO requires mandatory every what? It's probably every 12 months. Only one that's probably more than 12 months that I know is the Super WA titles every 18 months. Spence don't know what to show the other side, it seems. I mean, we praying for him, man. We talk a little shit about him, but I want the best for him. Livius is the perfect tune-up for Spence. Nah, he punched too hard, bro. He could be, but I think he punched too hard. But he ain't. He got to fight a mandatory, a title eliminator, if that. And I don't think the Qdoba kid is gonna, risk his mandatory. Keith beat Crawford definitely. At what point? Not this point. This Keith Thurman don't beat him. That Keith Thurman don't beat him. The Keith Thurman that fought Lopez and even the one that fought Danny Garcia. Now the one that fought Sean Porter got a chance, but he don't beat him. Not this Keith Thurman. He not a killer no more. It'd be a good fight. I think Keith Thurman is the toughest stylistic matchup for him, but he don't beat him. Now right now it's constructed. Oh, the rapper, not the dope dealer. I would have said Freeway. Who Crawford fight next? I heard this Jose Ramirez, but Kenny Porter said that, they saying that PBC gave them the green light to negotiate. They ain't got nothing lined up for Sean. So it makes sense. Yeah, they ain't got nothing lined up for Sean, so it makes sense. Because Keith, he probably going to tune up like at 154 so he big as hell. Madonna not coming back. He closing his career out over there in Argentina versus Jorge Cali Asa, whatever his dude name, a cruiserweight kickboxer. Danny Garcia obviously doing his thing versus Popsy Reddick and then Pacquiao. Like I said, Keith Thurman probably gonna tune up. He heavy as hell right now. Errol Spence possibly gonna fight Danny Garcia. It's nothing else for Keith Thurman, Sean Porter to fight. A Yuga's rematch. Yuga's going to WBA Raw. He probably gonna fight Alexander Bruce Putin. You know, Jamal James. I mean, it's nobody for that man to fight. But keep the questions coming. Oh, my bad. Somebody did a super chat. Give me a minute. Damian Jenkins said, "What up, fam? Love the channel. I was watching the fight in the bar. Didn't hear the dialogue. I wanted to know if Charlo and Harrison running it back. I don't know. I had to watch the. Appreciate it, Damian. I had to watch the press conference, but I'd already heard that it was already a deal between J Rock and the winner of this fight for the 3-belt unification, and then Castano's trying to get the Patrick Teixeira belt. So that's what I heard about that. So it's already a deal that J Rock, if he get past Rosario in Philly January 18th, he's gonna fight the winner, which was Jermell Charlo tonight. So I doubt they run it back. At least next. I don't think Lipias is a good tune-up for anybody. That dude can punch. He got one of the straightest jabs in the business. You don't want somebody that can punch. Like Lipias can knock out a mule. He can punch. He got a really, really straight jab too. Great by win by Charlo tonight. Harrison was winning into the 11th round. Yeah, Eddie ran out of gas. That's the story of his career. They saying it's the new teeth. It's the new teeth. It could be. It could be, definitely. It might not be fully integrated in his mouth. But do you want to take a chance coming back with some new teeth? That was done by the time Reddick got to him. Yeah, we got to give him credit, though. Spence needs to be careful. If he rushes, it could be the biggie, I think, beginning of the end for him. I hope not, though. I mean, he rushing it because he don't want to give up his titles. He should take some time off and just come back and rest up. But, you know, like I said before, who got time to retire when they're 29? Nobody. A mandatory fight is best. Errol needs to get with Blu-ray and dig into his training camp. Well, he got him. I mean, there's gonna be Danny Garcia if he beat Reddick. Spence didn't want to show the other side. Okay, I read that. Lipias is a perfect tune-up. I think not. I'm rooting for him, but I don't know. He should even be sparring. Shouldn't be. I think that's what he meant. Yeah, talk about how overrated effing Jabba is. I've been saying it. Nothing surprised me tonight. I told y'all. He wasn't that good, bro. Danny Du Bois, people was telling me that he was trash. FN Jabba Joe Joyce 2.0. Joe Joyce, y'all be going. Joe Joyce don't play no games, dog. I fuck with him. And Jabba got more power than Joe Joyce, though. But like I said before, and Jabba is still learning his way. You can't judge him right now. You know what I'm saying? He got to work on some things, but it don't surprise me. I seen him get dropped, and you know when you ain't been boxing that long, it takes some time. Look at Deontay Wilder. The glow up was real for him. And Jabba got the tools. Just Ronnie gonna get them together. But I like Dan Du Bois the best. Dan Du Bois come from a fighting family. Dan Du Bois is a smooth fighter. He one of my favorite young fighters coming up. I heard he got the knockout today. I favor certain fighters. I favor Erickson Lubin over Errol Spence coming out. You know, when he came up, he was with Mike Tyson, and I was wrong. Like I said, I never say I'm always right. Hey, Ferguson, salute. Spence heart won't let him take off. I don't think it's his part won't let him take off. I think for him, it might be a money thing. Who want to work their way back up to the top? It might be a money thing. He got legal fees and he been out. Like, come on. It may not be hard. Earl Spence got 5 months before he get in the ring. Let's see how he looked then. At the end of the day, you talking about 5 months. You know, you talking about it's gonna take at least what? You need at least he need at least 12 weeks of camp. 12 weeks. So if he come back, let's say in June, May, April, you know what I'm saying? And then March. So he need the month of March, he need the month of April, and he need the month of May. So you talking about him right now, we already in December. I mean in January. So you telling me the next 6 weeks he should be ready? I don't know, bro. It could be. But it's gonna be a built-in excuse. Everything I'm saying now, if it don't turn out the way it's supposed to be, people gonna be saying it 6 months later. And that's the word truth. He might rush it. But like I said before, don't underestimate. Everybody ain't got money. Another two. Do you think Lomachenko and Tank would do good as a main event or a main event? It's a main event type of fight. I ain't see your super chat come up on my screen. I was behind in the chat. I got my phone now. They should make him champion of recess. Yeah, but a lot of dudes, a lot of dudes, a lot of dudes, a lot of dudes can't afford. Can't he can't. He don't want the belt to get in the wrong hands. But it is what it is. I'm trying to go through these questions. He said, "What's next for Josh Said a rematch?" No, he got a mandatory. He just got in trouble for like kind of some racist stuff. He called a bouncer the CUNT word, and he was an Asian guy. But he coming back versus he gonna fight the mandatory, and I think Ramirez moving up to 47, and Taylor probably fight mandatory and Mikey Garcia next year if he stay on his own. Jerry Ennis, you love Jerry Ennis. Thurman that beat Danny Garcia will never come back. Yeah, I mean, pretty. Thurman that fought Sean Porter probably gone. Thurman wasn't a killer since he hadn't been a killer in a long time. Porter versus Trout. I don't even want to see it if it's at 54 to be honest. But Trout said he's coming down to 47, so we'll see what he's talking about. Porter should fight Harrison debut at 54. He fought at 54. It ain't no debut. He been at 54 before. I thought the same thing. Tony was winning to me and didn't agree with the card. You know that was how I was gonna go. Joe Joyce super slow. Yeah, he is. So was George Foreman. Shit. It ain't too many fast heavyweights, Deontay Wilder and like Ortiz pretty fast. If I'm Spence, I run it back and do the packs work until March. He said I just run and do the pad work until March. Then again, when you go out there and run, I think that would be a great gauge for how his body responding to the training. But in actuality, he need to sit his ass down. Ronda Blackman, Spence gonna whoop Danny ass. I'm not so sure about that right now. Could be wrong. I thought it. I thought it was a competitive fight to begin with until I seen Danny Garcia arm length before the exit. I don't think it's gonna be easy. If Errol Spence fight like he usually fight, aggressive manner, Danny Garcia got a hell of a chance. Even if Errol Spence 100% healthy, because Danny Garcia just don't like guys that move. You come in Danny Garcia wheelhouse, we gonna see. I mean, yeah, Ennis don't have no big bagging, but he dope. His brothers the ones that gave Gennady Golovkin the name Triple G. That's who. That's how his brothers gave Golovkin the Triple G name. A lot of people don't know that. He got Lubin at 54. Spence goes up. The kid learned from ducking into punches. He walked right into that. Earl don't want to give up. Hold on, my bad. I lost my. Earl don't want to give up the belts. Eddie Money say, bro, it's not about a money thing. I think it's about money. I do. I do think it's about money. You're probably right. It could be the belts. You can always get the belts back, but then it's a process. You might be right. It's a process to getting the belts back. Alan Fox won't let him take off. They got the house on Spence. I don't think the house built on Spence. I think if the house was built on Spence like that, the Pacquiao fight would have happened. So I don't think it's an Alan Fox. I think it's a belt thing, like Eddie said. Spence needs a year, but he trying to go. It's a money thing. That's what I think it is. You do right. You do right. But Lipias will be there to be hit. That's why Mikey 1-2 punched him to death. He was with Buddy McGurk. Now he with Goosey. He fighting a little different now. But I ain't taking no chances. He knocked them teeth out. It's been since July 18th that Spence has a fight to IBF manager, so might as well get that back. Excuse me. He said he I'm thinking he meant get that put on the way next. No, he fighting WBC next. Then he had an IBF probably at the end of the year. Dangerous for his health. I mean, they don't care. Niggas don't be caring about their health, man, like that. He looking at the money. He looking at the belts. Do what he do. Loma Haney, I doubt that happened. Miller, LA Channel brother, watching for real. Harrison was winning, just got tired, got caught. Charlo twin can't fight on the back foot. Nope. Pressure always been a little bit of his problem. Haney and Stevenson, they two weight classes below each other right now. But it's a long way away. Errol gets suspended after he goes to court. Can Errol get suspended? No, he ain't gonna get suspended. WBC ain't suspend Canelo when he beat up that paperweight for fucking his bitch. People forget that. That was right before the Austin Trout fight. And they had a warrant out for Canelo arrest, and Canelo beat Trout. And like the president of Mexico, whoever it was, he got that expunged off of Canelo shit. People don't remember that Canelo beat up a paperweight or a flyweight. I think he was cheating with his girl, and then Canelo put hands on him. And it was a warrant out for Canelo arrest before the Trout fight. And then when he won, the president, whoever it was, threw it under the bridge. Are you upset Harrison didn't win? No, I'm not upset. You win some, you lose some. But you live. You live to fight another day. I'm not upset at him. I mean, it happens. I mean, nigga, y'all do know Tommy Hearns from Detroit. Shit, he got knocked out by Ryan Barkley. He got knocked out by Sugar Ray Leonard. Detroit ain't like that. You learn to take an L. Could be about Crawford getting his hands on one of those belts. Could be. Danny Garcia's got big power, and is even a problem for Bud's stubbornness. Yeah, because he a counterpuncher. Farmer who you got? I got JoJo. Mojo JoJo. Bud can be game planned against multi ways. He's skilled, but he's stubborn. He love to fight. J Rock Chin can be questioned if he get hit. Yeah. Do Charlo hit hard enough to do that? That's the question. That big Charlo was he was thumping, bro. He knocked that nigga with a jab. I'll never forget that fight. Canelo Khan, I ain't even know that. Hell yeah, nigga. Like, I told you. I've been watching this shit for a long time, bro. I'll never forget them sequels because they did open scoring for the trial fight. Hell yeah. Some cruiserweight, some flyweight nigga, dude was banging his chick or some shit and he beat him up or some shit. Like, it happened. Shit was crazy. He said, damn, Sean might not get a fight. Oh, definitely gonna get a fight. Sean gonna stay busy. Yuga's probably going the WBA route. You know what I'm saying? And they just gave him the green light to fight Terence Crawford. So PBC said he could fight Crawford. So we'll see what happens. Tevin Farmer getting KO'd in 6 by JoJo Diaz. Canelo clown. He got a rematch clause too. All right, that Canelo stay getting into bar fights in Mexico. Shit, it happens. Shit. What's you expect at the bar? Damn, Sean Porter might not. Okay, I read that one. It's funny how Spence been injured and no strip, but Haney gets injured. 24 hours later, he gets stripped. He became champion in recess, if that's what you want to call it. Even if Smith had to give up the both belts, could Crawford fight for one of them? If he gave up one belt, Qdoba, the dude that beat Collazo, will be fighting like Lipinets for one. If he beat Lipinets, then Bud can get for one. But if they wanted to, like Lomachenko, they could have ordered him to fight for one, but they ain't gonna do that. Ishe Smith rock J Rock. Ishe can crack a little bit though. JN, non-PBC fighters like Jaron Ennis, Custio Clayton, Josh Kelly, Maurice Hooker, Rich Ortiz, Rashidi Ellis get a shot. WC, WBO, IBF titles at 47 now. I don't know. That'd be interesting to see if one of those dudes do get him, but I doubt it. What if the flyweight bangs his wife again after getting beat up by Canelo? If they press charges the way he beat his ass, I don't think he's gonna try it again. Yeah, I seen it. I don't want to talk about that, Fred. When Jack Reese started stopping fights early like that, man, that dude, it's a blessing that he stopped that fight. You know what I'm saying? He needed to stop that fight, man. That man could have got hurt. When does Keith do the return? He was supposed to return at the beginning of the year, but he had a hand surgery, he said, in the middle of the year, like June or July. Said Josh Kelly is fool, bro. I did not see nothing special. Shit was crazy. They was bigging him up too. I never seen him fight. So which fight had the most integrity to you, Jacobs, Chavez, or Charlo? Charlo Harrison. I ain't watched. I can't say. I can't say because I ain't watched Jacobs and Chavez. I ain't watch it, so I can't even tell you, bro. I don't even know. All I know is I seen the post fight interview, so I can't even tell you. But it didn't matter. There shouldn't be no integrity problems other than the scorecards are just too crazy. Too crazy for me, bro. But one no integrity problem. It was a good card. Carlos Barderas, he lost. That's crazy. That's why I ain't watched the fight. They should make Rashidi Ellis versus Crawford. Could. But don't nobody know who Rashidi Ellis is. Because Golden Boy don't be promoting black fighters at all. Golden Boy lack promotion for all their fighters. Ryan Garcia fighting Linares next, or Augusta. I heard that's 95% done at some point. This is the best card PBC pulled all year. Yeah. They weren't expecting Barderas to lose. Jacobs ain't the same. He got some money and change. It happens, shit. If a nigga get some money and act different tomorrow, I'm not gonna be knocking him. I'm not, because I can't say, what I would do or what I wouldn't do. So I ain't knocking nobody else, man. When I was going at somebody strictly about boxing, whoever Bud said fight gonna be, it's hopefully Jose Ramirez. Sean Porter can make it happen too. But it is what it is. Y'all keep asking questions, man. I'm hungry as hell still, but it is what it is. I might put my football lineups today because I might not wake up in time tomorrow. I was gonna hop on some Call of Duty tonight, man, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Hold on. Crawford has to switch teams for fights. That WBO is not respected. It's not respected because he got the belt. That's why. That's so crazy about it. Says that me let it be Booster Porter. FN Jabba got dropped by a dude that was wobbling. It happens. A hurt snake, a dangerous snake. Guy like FN Jabba is some polished amateur coming out. It's gonna take time. Could Lubin fight Harrison? Them dudes, yeah. Lubin want that fight. Lubin said he beat up Harrison in sparring. I heard they trying to do Lubin and J Rock. I mean Lubin and Harrison Delar. Charles Stammers ridiculous. He be missing all night and still fresh in the championship rounds. Yeah, he got great stamina. His brother got great stamina too. Remember, he was getting pasted by Korobov. Korobov, anybody else, Korobov probably would have stopped that night fighting like Jermall Charlo. He said he missed the whole fight. He missed a good one. Shout out to Kobe 2K. When Jeff Warren has the WBO belt, with respect, everybody was fiending to go over there. Yeah, Jeff Warren just got his rematch with Michael Zaffer. He beat him, 10-round decision. After Josh Taylor beat Regis, he should have dropped titles and moved up. Well, he wanted to be undisputed. Bob Aaron was talking about undisputed, but then they ordered another mandatory for Jose Ramirez. He said Corbett would have KO Eubanks and went to Andrew. I don't know. If he didn't KO Eubanks, he was gonna get out of work. But he was looking good in that fight. So in the beginning, Jeff Horn, yeah, he beat Pacquiao. Niggas want to act delusional. He said, "Stop it." Jeff Horn called out the world top welterweight after he beat Pacquiao. They wasn't calling out. They wasn't calling him out. They did. Errol Spence, I got video of Errol Spence calling him out. They was calling him out. Danny Garcia wanted that fight. I got video of Errol saying he want that fight. I got the video. Errol said he want that fight. That's true. The perfect time for time telling him. It could be. I mean, it is what it is. He's 2020 year the Charlos will be tested. I heard the other Charlo didn't want to fight Andrade. I heard. Errol can't win with y'all. If he wouldn't have showed up, y'all would have said way worse than what people. Well, when he did show up to Wilder and Ortiz too, like he was supposed to. We ain't say shit bad about that nigga. Like he just won right. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Motherfuckers like you, Mitchell, is when he go in there and get fucked up because he wasn't ready. Y'all gonna make all the excuses in the world. You know, shit. Ain't nobody in a rush. At the end of the day, he trying to chase undisputed. But if Pacquiao fight Mayweather and retire and drop the WBA belt, then it's gonna be down there impossible. They was calling out Pacquiao too when Pacquiao had the belt. Danny Garcia, Adrian Broner was in negotiations with Top Rank to fight for Pacquiao or something like that. When Pacquiao had the belt, they wanted to fight. Only when Tim Bradley had the belt, I really didn't hear people calling out Tim Bradley. When Pacquiao got the belt, everybody was calling out Pacquiao. Everybody. AB and Broner was talking to Bob Arum. Bob Arum wasn't offering enough money. They did. What's the next big match of 47? I can't call it. Because I didn't hear Earl issue an apology or nothing. Then, well, maybe it might have been legal. It might have been legal. You don't want to incriminate yourself, but you apologizing for it if it's still a pending case. So I get that part. I definitely get it. Danny Garcia was telling Fight Hub after 3 more fights, he could go to 54 for Brian Castanos. He been saying he want to move up, but I don't know. I don't think he'd do good up there. He already criminal himself by doing that dumb True, but then still an open case. It's still an open case. He issued an apology as part of his plea agreement. I think Pacquiao gonna fight the Khan and Mikey. I think it's gonna be Khan. Big Charlo stops on drive uppercut. Too good for it to land. And motherfucker damn near fight with his head down. True. He can fight behind the shoulder. I don't. I think that's either gonna end up a knockout for Charlo. If he gonna win, he can't outbox that kid. He can't outbox him. Yeah, keep it coming. Manny versus Khan streaming trash. If that happened, that gotta be somewhere like in the Middle East paying them money for that fight. That's my opinion on it. Yeah, I had 96, 93 for Tony too. Yeah, Charlo a little stiff for Andrade, but he can thug it out and get the knockout towards the end. He's at Lubin the best at 54. Well, I don't know. I'm stick with J Rock. Manny will stop Khan in 2 rounds. Shit, 2 shots. Headshot, drank. Pull up, drank. Yeah, J Rock more seasoned. I think Lubin got better natural talent though. I think he got more natural talent. What's going on, Smitty? Andrade not responsible enough all fight in the track, his track record, but Charlo doesn't just outright outbox him. You seen Montez Fox get stopped by nothing has. I heard about it. Liam Williams, it was Williams he got stopped by. He need to retire. If Khan beats Pacquiao and gets the belt, the zone is going to have the winner of Mikey and Vargas fight him. Hearn might finally make Kell Brook and Khan in the UK. That definitely be the first move he probably make. Amir Khan will be trying to chase that Mayweather fight though. Why Harrison didn't hold and tackle Charlo after the second knockdown? Man, when you get knocked down, you ain't thinking about that shit. Pacquiao versus Khan will do 15 million views on free. It'll be a good free TV fight. When is Joey Spencer fighting again? I ain't sure. I had to ask somebody. Liam Williams was landing the right like clockwork. Lubin can take Munguia, but not Harrison, Charlo, or J Rock. Munguia at 160 now. I heard he might be the mandatory for Andrade. I did hear that. But yeah, let me get off, man. I appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Let me get off here. Appreciate the love and support, man. We gone.